Hey guys, so I wanted to give you a little breeding update. Um, this is one of the 15-gallon breeding tanks. As you can see, it has a ton of fish in it. And here I have 13 longfin white cloud mountain minnows, which you see up here. Three, I believe they're blue-green dragon Moscow guppies. I have a trio of them. There's the male, and then there are two females. There's one, and the other is here. I also have the pair of dwarf honey gouramis, which you see the female there and the male here. 6 Corydoras pileatus, which are also called the peppered Corydora. 6 Corydoras similis, which you see one right here. And 3 bulldog rubber-lipped plecos, which are L444. This is a really cool pleco I've never kept before, but I'm hoping that maybe they'll attempt to breed in this cave, which you actually see one of them in the cave right here. That's the first time I've actually seen that. So hopefully that's a good sign. Maybe they'll start showing some breeding activity in the coming days or weeks. But, oh, I almost forgot. We also have 4 Bolivian rams in here. Here's one of them. I believe we have 3 females and 1 male. I'm not completely sure on that. I believe this is the one male right here. He's a little bit skinny, which I'm not very happy about, but I'm hoping with lots of frozen brine shrimp I can gradually fatten him up and get him in good breeding condition. So the main reason I wanted to check in on this tank is because we have our first breeding activity. Right up here, you can see a few of the Moscow guppy fry. Now here, I believe we can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 I count there. So we have at least 5 fry surviving at the moment. There are hopefully more. I see one more in the weeds up here. Let's see if the camera can pick it up. Maybe it can't. There's one. Oh, here it is. Right here. There you go. Little guy hiding. So we have at least 6 guppy fry in here. Now it's going to be interesting to see how many of those can actually survive in such a heavily stocked tank with such a variety of fish. I'm a little bit skeptical of how many will actually survive, but we'll see. Hopefully they all do. They probably won't, but if they don't, that's okay. As long as I still have the parents, I can separate these fish over time into more tanks and give them a better chance to live. So, yeah, I'll continue giving you updates on that. Pretty excited to see what goes on there. But yeah, we've got some more babies going from, this will be the 3rd guppy strain that I now have some babies from in my new setups in Washington. So I'll keep you posted on that. Now, checking in on the tank above, this is sort of the German Blue Ram everything hodgepodge tank. So you see the clown loaches down there. There are 4 of those. There are about 13 cardinals. I got 12 Pristella tetras last week. Actually, I believe 2 weeks ago. Also 6 Corydoras habrosus, which you see one here. A bunch of rams. And the sturbicories, which let me get you a good shot of those. Here's a nice shot of the sturbicory. I'm trying to fatten them up so they spawn. They seem to be doing pretty well. They're eating very actively and they seem happy. I'll give you a rundown of all the rams in here now. So here we have a gold ram female, which she has her ovipositor slightly sticking out, which is a good indication. I think she's going to spawn today on this rock. Another male gold, I believe it was this guy, was sort of displaying to her and cleaning that rock a bit. So I'm anticipating a spawn in the coming days. So there's a male and female, male above the female for the golds. Here's, I believe, a second male over here of the golds. There's a female wild ram right here. There are two of those. The other one is, let me find it. Here it is. So there's the second one of the wild female rams. And then we have this ram of unknown sex. I originally thought it was a girl, but it's sort of showing mixed behavior. In one of the previous videos you saw, which I'll link above, it seemed like she or he was courting with this ram up here, the regular color German blue ram, which you see in the back. But it was really hard to tell. He or she could be a young male that still has to come into full color, but the jury's still out on that. So we have this regular form, color form German blue ram of unknown gender. This one, which is most definitely a male, he is going nuts. I don't think he's very happy that the one obvious female, that gold ram, decided to pair up with this guy. He wanted to be the one engaging in the reproduction, so he's sort of going nuts right now. And then the last ram we have in here is this beautiful black midnight ram, which is originally from Dean's Fish Room. He's basically my favorite fish breeder, and I've sort of modeled a lot of my breeding strategies after him because I just really admire the work he does and hope to one day be as good a breeder as he is. So that's pretty much all the fish in this tank. Haven't seen any breeding yet. I don't really have a goal to breed any of the tetras. There's also one zebra danio in here that I haven't been able to catch. I figure it's not worth disturbing the whole tank to get one zebra danio out, so I've just left him in there. So really the ultimate goal for this tank is I want to be able to breed the Corydoras zebrosus for these guys, the Corydoras sturbii, which are these, and the rams. The rams are the top priority because they're my favorite fish, and I've successfully bred them before, so I know it's doable. I know what I'm doing. And yeah, I'm just really excited to see that happen. So hopefully in the next few days I'll be able to film another video of them spawning and maybe raising eggs. I'm guessing they won't be able to have success the first couple tries. They usually don't. And in a tank this dense, the only way I'm probably going to raise any fry is if I remove the eggs and hatch them artificially or isolate a pair. So I'll have some decisions to make in the future, but until I see a spawn, I'll just keep an eye on them and keep my hopes up. So yeah, let's head over to the third tank. So down here, you can see right here my pair, I swam away. I have a pair of chocolate Australe killifish in here, which I wanted to showcase to you while they were courting in front, but they decided to go hide, so we'll show you other fish first. So in this little gallon nut container, I have the female black Moscow guppy from LR Brett's, along with the male, which is up here somewhere. I don't know where he is at the moment, but he was in there a minute ago, so I know he's still there. There are also in here a ton of fry. Oh, you see the male in the back there, hiding behind the moss. There are a ton of little fry in here. They're actually starting to put on some good size. Let's see if I can get a good shot of one for you. I just fed baby Brian, so they may be sort of scattered throughout, trying to catch them all. Let's see. Can't really see anything from there. I'm just running an Airstone in here, no filter. And as long as I keep up with water quality, with water changes and live plants, that shouldn't be an issue. I'm going to move on from this. I'm sorry the view's so bad. There are at least 10 babies in there. They're doing very well, but at the moment, it's very tough to see them. You can actually see them up here, there you can see a couple. And they're just fat with brine shrimp, so they're doing well. I'm excited. I think they'll be the first fish I'm able to sell because they're growing very quickly. They were the first babies that I got in this new breeding setup. So those are doing well. Now for the main tank, we have the red platies, obviously. They've produced some babies as well. You can see a couple of them down in this Java Fern Windelov, which they're starting to put on some size as well. I'm excited about that. They're really hiding out there. Let's see. There you go. There's two of them. And they're definitely growing quicker than the guppy babies are. There are also guppy babies in here from the Cobra Firetails. Here's the female. She looks like she's about ready to give birth to a bunch more babies, but we'll see. Hopefully in the next few days we'll see more from her. That'd be nice. So there in the back you can see another baby platy right there. Trying to zoom in on some guppy fry. Here you go. They're hard to see because they're gray, but you can see them against that light swimming up there at the surface. Right there you can see two, but there are four right there. There you go, so you can see those. A couple more over here. These are a little easier to see. They're against the leaf. There's two more. There's another one over here that's swimming out of view. He was right there. Might have caught that. And let's see, are there any more you can see? I just have a bunch of different plants floating up top to give them cover to hide. And that seems to be working pretty well. Quite a few are surviving. I've also got a bunch of plants floating up here. Amazon swords with their roots out. Just providing plenty of cover for them. But yeah, there's another baby platy. They're very prominent because they're bright orange. They should turn red like the parents over time, but I'm not too worried about that. It should come with age. A couple more babies over here from the guppies. It's hard to pick them up because there you go, there's one. Because I have to look at where they are first and then position the camera to see them. If I use the camera as my view, it's very hard to track them down. Here's one more nut container that I have, and this one doesn't have an air stone, because right now the only thing in here is one blue star Endler, also known as I think a starburst Endler, which I got from L.R. Brett's. This is the female. I separated her from the male because there were actually two males in the trio I got, not a male and two females. But one of the males had very unattractive coloration. I don't think he was of good genetics, so I wanted to separate the males from the female to try to maintain as good of genetics as possible. So I'm just sort of waiting for her to drop fry. I don't actually have the male anymore. I moved him into another tank and he disappeared, so I guess he must have passed away. But I believe the female is definitely pregnant, so I'm not too worried about that. Should have babies fairly soon. Here you see my male chocolate Australe killifish. Where'd he go? Dang it, he hit again. But again, here's this Cobra Firetail platy. Here's Cobra Firetail guppy. And she's looking great. Kind of cluttered in this tank, so it's hard to show you everything. And there's her male right there. He's looking really nice. I'm hoping that I can breed a little more blue into the body of the males for the Cobra guppies, because that's a trait I've had in the past Cobras I've kept, and I think it makes them look really nice. So if I can maintain that nice orange tail and add a little bit of a cobalt blue contrast to the body, I think that'd be really nice. That's kind of one of my goals with them. Then we got a bunch of cories down in the bottom. Here's some Triliniatis that I recently picked up. There's 6 of those. As you can probably gather from watching me, I like to keep cories in groups of 6. You can go bigger and they'll... Oh boy, I just messed up the brightness. Sorry about that. You can obviously go with bigger groups, and I think they'll be even happier in those larger groups, but I believe 6 is sort of the ideal breeding number if you want to maintain fairly low costs and still gain success with breeding them. So I'm hoping that that strategy will work. You can see a panda back here, panda cory, if it'll focus, which doesn't seem to be. Sorry, cheap Android phone. I'll never give in to the Apple overpricedness. Here is a Corydoras venezuelanus orange, which there are 6 of these in here. They're a pretty expensive cory, so getting them to breed would be a pretty profitable event for me. Hopefully that'll happen. You see 2 of them here. They seem very healthy. They're a bit skittish, which I'm a little disappointed about, but hopefully in time they'll kind of grow out of that. Whoa, sorry. Almost fell over. And that's about it for this tank. Growing out a bunch of babies. You can see here, hatching brine shrimp in this Ziss brine shrimp hatcher from Aquarium Co-op. I don't know for sure if I'd say it's worth the money. It's a pretty expensive brine shrimp hatcher, but thus far it's worked very well. And I'm very happy with the results. So yeah, I'm going to just keep hatching brine shrimp, growing out all these fish babies, and hopefully in a few months we'll have some sales going. Let's see, I'm going to try to slowly come in here on these Australe killifish. They're spawning right now. They're right behind this crypt. Here we go. The male is the more attractive of the 2, with the streamers on his fins. And it's interesting with these, the female actually, in a way, seems to be the aggressor in the mating dance. He sort of chases the male and it seems like almost nips at him. Very interesting. Oh boy, and then you see that male platy sexually assaulting the male Australe killifish. Don't want to get that on video. So now he's horrified that a live-bearing fish attempted to assault him. So, but I don't know. I'm thinking sort of like with the tank with the Bolivian rams and the blue Moscow guppies. There may be too many different breeding projects going on in this tank at once for one to really take off and be super productive, but I don't know. We'll just have to see. I'm sort of hamstrung as far as tank space goes right now, and I'm just trying to breed as many different fish as I can, so we'll see what demand is like. Hopefully I can breed a few of every type of fish I have, essentially, and then see what sells the best, and maybe they all sell well, and just becomes the perfect combo of small amounts of a number of different fish. Or I may specialize in the future if I find out certain species are much more profitable or in much higher demand than others. But yeah, I'm excited to see what goes on in the future, and I hope you enjoy watching. If you've stayed around this long, thank you very much for staying till the end. I really appreciate you watching, and if there's anything you'd like to know about my setups, if you have any questions, if you'd like me to make any specific videos addressing questions you might have, please let me know. I'd be happy to make them for you. And yeah, I hope everyone's doing well. I hope everyone had a good Christmas. I did. Just got to do some video calls with family, nothing in person, which was a little bit disappointing, but it's the way life is right now. So hope everyone's doing all right, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.
We're gonna keep it low key, keep it softly spoken.